just recently graduated with a computer science degree. So I kind of took a bunch of courses towards the end so that I can just get this thing behind me. And now that it's done, I have a lot more free time, surprisingly, to do videos like this. I think the last time we talked was I pretty much just bought the STi and just did the first initial review on how excited I was, etc., etc. Currently, I have 8,815 miles on the car. So I figured, now that I have some free time, I can definitely do a quick little review and just kind of keep you guys up to date on what's been going on, and just to show you how much fun I've been having with the car, really. So if you're asking me if I've done any upgrades, I have not. So the car is still stock with the exception of the exhaust, and it honestly feels still to this point like that's really all it needs. I say that, but I think my mind's going to change pretty soon, so I'll talk about that pretty soon. So in about a few days, it'll be about 5 months since I bought this car, and I've honestly been having fun in it every single day. I know I've said this before, and to tell you the truth, my mind does change here and there, but I'm going to repeat myself. This car honestly has enough power for most activities that you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Every once in a while, I'll get into that mode where I think the car is not fast enough, but I just realized that I'm switching gears way too quickly. That I'm switching gears at 4,500 RPM when the car has another 2,000 RPM after that. And it's pretty much at that point, after that 4,500 RPM, when the car really just wakes up and you feel the power from it. The ride quality is still superb. I mean, nothing's rattling, nothing is shaking. Everything feels nice. I mean, it is still technically a brand new car. I have started figuring out more and more how fast I can actually push it through the corners. It's not like the WRX. I mean, with the WRX non-STi version, I guess because of the electronic steering, you just don't feel that. You just don't feel that feedback that you would normally feel from a car like this. So you have more confidence when you actually go through the corners to go as fast as you think you can. With this car, you have a lot more feedback. You start feeling it, and honestly, I mean, it takes some time to get over that. Hey, I can actually push it beyond what I think the car is capable to do. And once you learn to trust the car, you realize that this car really can handle some crazy speeds through the curves. So I'm still completely addicted to this rumble. There's absolutely no way that I would change back and put the old exhaust back on. I mean, this is perfect. The straight pipe combo that I have is just not too loud, but loud when you want it to be. So as good as it is, though, it can get you into trouble. I'll give you a couple of examples where it was just fun, and then a couple of examples where it wasn't so fun. So where it was fun, we'll start off from there. A couple of days ago, I had my wife in the car, and we're driving off of the freeway, and I noticed this Lamborghini right behind us. So I'm waiting. I told my wife, I said, watch, we're going to be able to get on his nerves. We're going to be able to irk him a little bit. So I slow down. It doesn't look like he wants to do anything, but he pulls up next to me, and then he kind of shifts over to the lane over. The entire time, he's not really doing anything. And then all of a sudden I notice he changes lanes, pretty abruptly, and it goes in front of me because he's trying to merge onto the same freeway that I'm trying to merge on. So 2 lanes are merging off of the current freeway, and they're basically merging onto the new freeway. And the left lane is usually more backed up than the right lane. So I go into the right lane, and I pass him. And I merge maybe 2 car lengths in front of him. As I do, I downshift, and the car, it's like it knew exactly what I wanted it to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it just backfires perfectly. I think as soon as he heard that, he tried catching up to me when we merged already onto the new freeway. But I went through a couple of cars, and and I was already a pretty good distance in front of him. So I told my wife, I said, watch, he's gonna catch up to us, and he's gonna try to do something stupid. And sure enough, you know, I'm paying attention to him in the rearview mirror. I'm in the far right lane. He goes all the way to the far left lane, and then starts merging, and then boom, right next to me. And then just stomps on it, and of course takes off, right? I'm not gonna do anything stupid, A, because Lamborghini, not an idiot, and then B, my wife is in the car with me, so I don't want to do anything stupid with her in the car. But anyways, the moral of the story is, dude's got a Lamborghini, and he's still trying to take out an STi. And it just makes you feel good, you know? Going back to initially what I said of not upgrading the car, this is the one instance that I would want to have an upgraded car. That, you know, he would come up with a Lamborghini, and with a few $1,000s in bolt-on upgrades, you can pretty much take him up. I guess the second story of when, you know, having fun just kind of bites you. So I'm driving towards, going back home from work, and there's a stoplight in front of me. The other side of the road is just jam-packed with vehicles. So I started downshifting, and the car starts, you know, popping, just rumbling. And it does a more louder backfire. I don't know if you guys just heard it like that, but this one was quite noticeably louder than the one that just happened. But as I'm going towards the stoplight, I do that, downshift goes, bah, 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 and I look over to my left, and there's a cop right there. Thankfully, nothing happened, but could have ended up in a ticket for absolutely no reason. The other benefit of having just a loud car in general is usually when I'm driving on the freeway, people are just so relaxed. And usually they're going left, right, you know, most of the time towards me in my lane. We just put it in neutral, rev it up a little bit, and sure enough, you know, that's it. The other really cool part about this car is just, you don't feel guilty of putting stuff in it, putting stuff on top of it. You know, I'll slap my kayak on top of there, my bike, go mountain biking, kayaking, whatever, and go back inside, you know, not really worried that I'm gonna ruin the car or anything like that. And to tell you the truth, I mean, it's been pretty resilient so far. I did get some seat covers, some sweat-proof seat covers though, because I really like the seats. And I don't want to see them get ruined. I also took a vacation this week so I can record these videos. And in the meantime, I've been driving my kid to school every single day. So the reason being, every single morning I ask him, I said, do you want me to drive you to school, or do you want your mom to drive you to school? And he's like, I want to go in your STi. All right, well, let's go. Ridiculously fast pulls. Still go on our weekly family trips. Always take the STi everywhere. And honestly, as guilty as I feel for not driving them, since I bought the STi, I have not driven either of my Corvettes whatsoever. They've literally just been sitting in the garage. Maybe one of these days I need to take them out and take them for a spin. And in all honesty, the silver Corvette that I have, it scares the living daylights out of me. I mean, that car, the way I built it, it's not as powerful as, you know, some of these other built cars that are out there. It's only got 407 horsepower to the wheels. But just the feel of the car, once again, I always talk about the feel. It feels like the car just has too much power for its own good. And it's not like it doesn't. I mean, I've said the story before, I've taken my friend, you know, for a quick drive in it, and we're going on the on-ramp, first, second, third gear, it's still spinning. And, you know, which kind of leads me to believe that the car just has too much power. This car, on the other hand, it feels, like I said, like it has just enough power that it could be driven like a normal daily driver, but when you want that extra power, that power of the STi, when it kicks in above 4,500 RPM, it's got it. And we can do that right now. There's nobody here. Goodness gracious. Yep, and never get tired of that. Anyways, I think that was about as good of a comeback video as I can do. I'll be doing a bunch of these videos pretty soon. I do want to actually talk a little bit more about the Corvettes, and I'm going to start building the blue Corvette pretty soon. That one I am planning on going a little bit ridiculous on. So, see you guys.